Alright, a quick ride and review. A 20-inch all-wheel drive e-bike. It's non-folding, 75 pounds, and I've ridden it the last few days. 41 miles in the last 2 days. And both batteries are still filled. So I've already done 40 miles and it has not done anything to the batteries. Sorry about the handbrake, but the phone's about to run out of power. The front motor only, and I had to feather the throttle at the start. That noise is partly the motor hub is a little bit louder than the fan, but I don't mind. And the wheel, one thing about this, there's no drag. Even with that noise, it sounds like it's dragging. The other part of that noise, that's the front tire hanging on for dear life. Because of the torque. I'm going up probably a 6% grade right now. I'm going up probably a 10% grade, 22, 23 miles an hour. And I'm only using the front motor. So I'm not even using the 750 on this, except for the pedal assist. And here's the big challenge. I'm coming up to about a 2/10 to a 3/10 of a mile, 10% grade, where my 750 would do about 9 to 12 miles an hour. So here we go, throttle only. 19, it's climbing on the hill. 22, 24, 21, 20 miles an hour up a steep hill. We just made it to the top of it. It's still going uphill a little bit. But it basically went 1 mile an hour over the top speed of this bike on a 10% long grade hill, and it ate it up in seconds. And folks, that was just with the one motor. My thumb can't get to the other motor with the camera. So now I'm pedaling and pedal assist 3, 18 miles an hour. So I'm on the 750 only because I like to pedal. All right, we just had the battery for the 1000. It's now half full. So you got 45 miles. That hill probably drained it. That hill was a lot longer than it looked because when you're going 20 miles an hour, you can get up pretty quick. That hill that I went up, I'm an ex-mountain biker, and there were some times I'd have to get off, but I don't think I could do more than, God, probably 3 or 4 miles an hour on that hill, and it would take you, 2 or 3 minutes to cover it. What did this thing do in 20 seconds? The 750's battery is still at 100%, so. Just shows you what hills will do, but I'm getting 3 days. The 1000 front hub motor is being used on really steep hill. That's why I got it. The 750 could only pull that hill at about 9 miles an hour. This 1000 was pulling 21 miles an hour. The big thing, it wasn't straining. It wasn't, as soon as it got a little bit of a brake and it went from like 8%, it was accelerating. The 750 by itself was, unless I helped pedal, was not able to do it. And it definitely couldn't accelerate up the hill like the 1000 was. So it just shows you how hills can wear your battery out. But then, I'm on my 3rd day. I got 2 full days. My phone might just cut out because it was low on power. But here, I'll go just 1000 only on a straightaway. .6 on a pretty much a totally flat. That's the 1000 only. If I hit the 750, it'll hit 34, I guess, because it's hitting the strain off of it. But the 1000 watt motor by itself is the speed hill motor. You almost don't need it. I'm going to do a motocross trail later this week and really test this bike. Here comes a train, but look at this. I'm going on thick off-road. I'm in knee-high grass next to the railroad. No problem. Really, really thick grass. I just went up another steep hill and I could tell it was a little bit weaker. It still did 18 miles an hour, but I guess with the battery, but it's connected to a 48. So I got probably with that 1,000, I probably got 18 to 22 miles, but all of it was up steep. You know, the most strenuous thing you could do to your motor. All steep hills. That's all I'm using it for is a hill motor, a trail motor, and occasionally, you know, just to show you that it can go 30 miles an hour. And the rest of the time I'm just pedaling and cruising. I took apart my front brakes yesterday. They've been squeaking ever since I bought the bike. Camera position, I actually can't use the 750 throttle right now, so when I need to throttle, I'm in a town. You got to be careful with the 1000 because you can get up going pretty quickly here. Pedaling now. I mean, with the way I'm pedaling, I'm getting 50 plus miles on half a bar on the 750. So even if this 1000 was to drain all its power, you know, I still got 25 plus miles on the throttle only on a 750, you know, 20%, 25% slower speeds, less climbing, but I can get home. At half bar, I mean, I'm well within my range of getting back home on power. And here's a trail uphill. I pedal and use the throttle because the front hub motor will, I mean, it'll pull you up this trail with nothing. I'm not even using it. I'm pedaling very slightly. But if I ever got into a bind, you know, you got all-wheel drive. You can't beat it. I'm on about 10%. I'm on a gravel, mix of a gravel, partially uncut grass. I've rode this trail before, but now I've got 2 motors on here. But I mean, this trail is not as aggressive as some as I'm gonna ride, so I don't even need the front hub motor on this. But you know, I'm driving through the thick grass. And that's the beauty, it's easy to drive as long as you keep going. And there's the front hub, you can hear it. You know, it sounds like it's dragging, folks, but it actually isn't. I know the noise is a little bit, but at this point, with the power and what I'm using it for, I don't care at this point what I paid for it. They get good ratings on the internet, and if you look at the design of this, it doesn't have that many moving parts, and the durability level is very good. I looked up the company; it's high 90s. The failure rate is actually not that high, and it's usually on the lower motors. And most of the complaints actually end at about 2018, so it's 2021. I'm sure they've made improvements. Just taking a nice afternoon cruise. Like I said, folks, you're still getting a workout. I'm on PSA 3. I do notice a little bit of the weight with what I've added, but this bike is only at 75 pounds. That might sound like a lot, but I've got a lot of power. I've got an all-wheel drive. I've pretty much probably got the same stats as a Grizzly with maybe more range, and I'm lighter. Those Grizzlies are, which is what I wanted to get. 3,000, I did this for about 2,300, and I wanted more of a bike. I like this. I pedal. I didn't want a moped. I wanted to get a little bit of exercise and do cardio, which is what I'm getting. I even just ate a meal, so I'm not struggling. I'm not soaking wet. If I was pedaling a bike, I'd be sopping wet with the couple of miles I've done. 15 to 17 miles an hour on PAS3. A little bit of assist from the 750 sixth gear. So we're not using a lot of energy. And here comes a steep hill. I mean, you can hear the tire literally just clawing the pavement because of the power this thing's putting down in the and it's a little bit weaker now that the battery's used up half. But I'm still going, and it's still got power. Even weakened, the 1000 is still stronger than the Hey, what's going on? That little dog's walking now. What are you doing, you little... Where are you going? I'll get you for that.
Yeah, she's biting more.
Yeah, but she's not doing it hard compared to what they can do. My little dog was a little bit bigger than this, and as a puppy, it could bite through a bone.
Oh.
So this is not, she's even young. I got myself through college at a wildlife safari.
Oh.
And little wolf pups, I'm talking about just opening their eyes, can bite through a chicken bone.
Oh my God.
One bit through the front of my shoe.
Oh.
No. Well, see, that's what happens when you get bit. That's what happens. I'm shooting another video, so there's my favorite little dog and her owner on the video. The animals love me, the kids love me. I don't know about the adults, but that's all right. This is one good thing about biking is you meet people. I'll probably see you tomorrow then. Yeah.
Hey, let's go.
That's it. That's it. I roughed you up now. You got your daily roughing.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Oh yeah, you too. Be safe. I like that little dog. I'm thinking about getting a dog to take. That's a corgi. I think they get bigger. I'm actually got a cat that seems pretty good. I'm trying to get him on a leash and take him on get him on a ride and get him out here. He doesn't seem to mind other animals either. He goes into 2 of the neighbors' house with other cats and he doesn't fight. I went over there yesterday and couldn't believe it. He just rolls right in. If a cat hit or a dog, even when a dog hits at him, yeah, they're great. It's got motors on it.
Go show those 2 guys that are on the corner over there. They totally would be into that. Show it to them.
They told him what? All right, do they have one of these? Yeah. This is the best thing you could get. They said you guys wanted to get one of these.
Oh, we looked at those before, man.
Man, I all-wheel drive this, so this is basically.
Oh, did you
I'm
really?
shooting a video right now, but my phone battery.
Nice.
So I've gone 50 miles in 2 days, and I got 100% on one battery and 50 on the other.
Oh, really?
And I'm using this one for hills, so I've climbed 20 miles of hills in that graveyard with just that motor, and it's only used up half the power. So
Wow. So
I'm
you
on
got
my third day.
Is
Is the motor on this in this box?
Yeah, there's 2 of them. That one's a gearless, like a magnetic, and this one's a geared.
No, you're more of an engineer than I am. That's
You got it
wild
built?
for me.
Well, I was scared. I'm not, man. Trust me. The bike comes unassembled and you have to learn. I had to get on YouTube, and at this point,
Oh,
I had to
really?
learn
So you
it.
buy in the box and you have to put it all
You
together?
have, well, not all of it, but all this
In
part
order
of
to
it.
get the deal, right?
Well, they can't ship them packaged. None of them come shipped